Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the best mods of the week in Baldur's Gate 3's Mod Manager. We had a hotfix earlier this week which fixed a lot of mod related issues that were popping up, which is great because we have so many cool mods to cover here today, including this location mod that you see here. This is the Glade of Dantus and Aleena Rivers by Terabyte33. In addition to this, we got SailorMoon hair, Dyeable Weapons, so cool, Gale's Cursed Arm, the Bare Moon Bathhouse, another location mod I'll show off in this video. We got a ton of unique staves, blood-themed classes, cosmetics, and a whole lot more. This is a great week for Baldur's Gate 3. We'll go over the location mods in a later section of the video. We're going to first start off with Mod.io mods and then proceed to Nexus mods. So first up, we have the Staves of the Forgotten by Khaleesi Sins. Anyways, this has a ton of different staves here, which look incredible. So I'm just going to go over a few of them here. You can see the characters wielding. So the Divinitas here, which gives it's more so themed about radiant damage and healing. It comes with AO's Bygone Vault in the tutorial chest here, where you get a few different versions. There's a legendary version of it, which comes with a variety of different spells here. So you got like the Draco there getting Hellfire Orb, Wall of Fire, and Misty Step. And then the weaker version of it with Firebolt and Fireball. And this is a much more in line with base game items, but they have legendary versions of these as well. I think this is a really fun stave mod because they are all unique appearances. So like if you equip it, you got so many cool designs. These look incredible. If you like casters at all, you got to check this mod out because there's just so much good stuff here. A variety of different builds you can use on these different types of weapons. And overall, I just think the Staves of the Forgotten is a really great mod. So again, this mod is made by Khaleesi Sins here. Next up, we got the Biomancer and Blood Cultist original classes by Gamma's WZ. This is a really fun class mod, and the mod author is looking for feedback on it as well, so if you want to help them out with that, I appreciate that, just because they are looking to improve it, as they're going to be adding more to this mod over time. First off, you get the Blood Pact Battle Axe, which will consume your health to create this blood weapon. You can also use blood armor to turn your health or hit points into maximum hit points or temporary hit points, and they'll deal force damage somewhat similar to the armor of Agathis. There's also different class features which will increase your overall hit points, and on top of this, there's 3 different subclasses at current moment here, with the Blood Knight, the Blood Mage being more so a full-on caster with things like Corrosive Breath there, Blood Dagger, which lets you throw brutal blood daggers from your own blood, consuming 5% of your max hit points to throw, and they can mark your targets. And the Blood Ritualist, which is more so of like a support caster, and they get the Blood Bless here, which is really fun, a bonus action ability, guidance, and a few other choices in spells. So yeah, check out the Biomancer and Blood Cultist original class here. Next we have Poesilibre's Iris Atelier eye colors mod here, which adds in 104 new types of eye colors. Now, I'm having some weird issues here, as is tradition with a lot of mods. You have to go back, obviously, to a normal Magic Mirror. You can't do that inside the mods that I'm showcasing here. So I'm just going to show off their images here just because it's the eyes. They're going to look the same on any character, and they did a great job of showcasing all of this stuff here. The great thing about this mod is you got some very natural looking eye colors here, and then as you continue to go through, there's some more intense ones here, unlike other eye mods that I've seen before. So this can be really cool, especially if you want to maybe make one eye glowing, one eye not. And they got some different shots here to show what this looks like in the dark. So if you're someone that likes to go with the more natural shots like this shot here by Axiana, you can go with that. Or if you want to go with more of a like surreal look like this, you got lots of options with this mod. Poesilibre's Iris Atelier, so many great options here. Next up, we got the Sassy Face new heads. I actually covered this on Nexus mods. It's now on Mod.io by Sweet Generous Things mods. So I did cover this in a previous video, but this is really nice because it looks similar to some of the base game faces, but slightly different and more sassy. So it's really cool. So there's the Darcy face there. This is similar, I think, to Body Type 3 head for like the half elves. And then you got Gil head here, and then there's Gilbert. So you got 3 different options here for the sassy faces, and they look great for body types 1 and 2. And next up we got Barry's Bracchiales Medley, which is a new mod here that's adding in a few different designs you can put on your characters here. And you can see that on my character. We got the butterfly looking design there, and all my items. Sorry folks, I have no idea where all my items went there a moment ago, but it adds in this chest here that has a ton of different items that you can grab and go through. So I was going to equip a few different ones so you get an idea of what these here look like. And this one here is called the Mummy. This one here is the Dryad, a little flower one. I'll go through some of their pictures, kind of hard to get up close in there without going to photo mode mod, but yeah, some really great shots here, and these are very nice if you want to accessorize some of the other outfits by Barry Semifreddo. This mod is great, definitely worth checking out. Next up is an extremely useful mod here by Kira May, the Move Camp Spawns. This gives you 2 different spells that let you actually move characters around. Now, if you're in your camp, I'm currently not in camp, but normally they only have 1 location. That's why in all my videos, I'm standing right beside Shadowheart there in that same location all the time, because otherwise she's gonna move away. And you know, if you take her to a different location, she just walks back. This prevents that, so it makes it so you can change this starting location. It gives you the spells here so you can make your move to camp spawn self. So you'd go onto the character and put that as their spawning location. And there's also the move camp spawn target, which you can then target somebody with. This one's more so meant for like Scratch or the Owlbear Cub or anyone else that you want to have it in a different position there. So yeah, you got 2 different options there. And next up we have Better Katanas here by V Nocturnus. Now this is really cool because there is a katana in the game. However, you get the katana so late that it's just really not worth using because it's just a regular weapon. This changes things to add in new attacks with the katanas. Like the Masterwork Katana giving you an increased critical hit chance, the Dragon Bolt here, which if there's a target that's burning, they take an additional 1d8 of fire damage, and the Celestial Fury, if you get a critical hit, you get 20 extra lightning damage, and if you attack a blinded or dazed target, they become stunned for 1 turn, which could actually be really crazy if you're doing like a darkness style build. So lots of really fun katanas here, and they got these cool appearances and lightning and stuff like that on them. So yeah, this is definitely worth checking out by V Nocturnus. Next up, we got the Myths and Monsters Shadowdancer class by Sans Helvetica. This mod also comes with a full set of armor here, so I'm just going to quickly go over, and you can pause it if you want to read through them. Now, it is a fighter subclass. However, it does require the animation unlocker. That's a dependency for it, and I have that mod sometimes installed, and I have it installed right now. Unfortunately, on my system, I don't know why, but it likes to have issues. It does have some compatibility, but weird things happen with mods where if you uninstall mods, sometimes the things like, especially animations, which were added in patch 8, like they don't end up appearing here. So I'd love to be able to showcase it a bit further. Just have the armor there for today. But yeah, this mod is by Sans Helvetica, and they do have the ability to create a shadow extraction of enemies that you take out. It's a bonus action using your shadow essence charges here to create shadowy forms there. You can also use your ruler's authority to throw creatures up to 50 feet with your thoughts. You can also reach into the soul and summon a 4th Hound of Shadows using 2 soul essence here. And there's also the specters that you can create or a shadow army. So yeah, the Shadow Dancer fighter subclass. Now I want to show off this Druid class here, but I'll just go through the mod.io page quickly here. The Circle of Wicker by eGroovy. This is really cool because you create different totems here that have a multitude of different effects. I will cover this in a future video because I really like this in concept, but spent a lot of time trying to get this video set up, and sometimes there's a lot of mod conflictions that do end up occurring. So again, my apologies. I do try to get as many mods in here as possible. I don't want to leave a mod off because there's some conflictions here with other ones. So expect a future video on this mod because I want to go in depth on it. Next up, we got the Ranger 2024-ish by The Real Zier. I really enjoy The Real Zier's 2024 mods because it's nice to be able to like pick and choose what pieces of the 2024 rules that you want to use because there's a lot of changes and some people don't like them. It does make a lot of classes a little bit weaker, especially in the context of Baldur's Gate 3. But for the Ranger, this makes it so you can always have Hunter's Mark prepared. And you get 2 free casting it without using a spell slot. Level 2 gives the Deft Explorer. Choose 1 skill proficiencies that you lack expertise, and you get a fighting style from the fighter spell list. Level 6 gives you increased movement speed when you're not wearing heavy armor by 10 feet with the roving. Level 9 gives you another expertise. Level 10 gives Timeless as a magic action. You can give yourself temporary hit points equal to 1d8 plus wisdom modifier. And you can use this a number of time equal to your wisdom modifier, and you get this back on long rest. And you also get Nature's Veil, which lets you do a bonus action disappear there, equal to your wisdom modifier there. And level 12, which is moved down from level 13, you can't lose your concentration on Hunter's Mark. So they actually did a good job because unfortunately the Ranger got kind of some bad changes in 2024, and there's not really a large incentive to play the Ranger in Baldur's Gate 3, I'll be honest, when another half caster, the Paladin, just exists, or the Sword Bard if you want to do ranged attacks, or even the Fighter. So it's nice to have some changes that actually positively impacts the Ranger. So just hit The Real Zier for this one. Next up, I love this idea, the Eldritch Knight Add Reverse War Magic by Adarugo. I really appreciate Adarugo. Also just recently did a Korean translation of my Lucky Clover Domain Cleric. So yeah, go check that out. It is past St. Patrick's Day, but unfortunately this mod is flopping hard. Not very many downloads. So yeah, I am working on my next mod, but if I see numbers downloaded, it means that people are enjoying the mod. But anyways, back to this. Eldritch Knight Reverse War Magic basically makes it so instead of having to do a cantrip and then attack. You can do a weapon attack and then do a bonus action cantrip, which is really nice because sometimes you want to open up with that martial prowess as the mod entails. So this is not even like, it doesn't even feel like a cheat mod. It almost feels just like quality of life, because sometimes you want to do an attack and then cast a cantrip. This now lets you do it as the Eldritch Knight, which got a substantial buff in patch 8 with Booming Blade. So nice to see that. Next is the Eat Your Heart Out Dark Urge consumable. I know people ask for these type of mods often. This mod by Juno is playing makes it so the Dark Urge can eat hearts and get health back. They function as like the roast dwarf leg or any of the other foods there. It'll heal for a 66, and yeah, there's a bunch of different ones here that you can collect if you're curious. So pretty cool. I know a lot of people ask for mods like this, and this just makes the Dark Urge that much more evil. And next up we got LN Uppies Poses by Ixia Gray. So this has a few different poses with Dirge and Gortash there. So yeah, I just think this is really funny. I always enjoy seeing different photo mode poses, especially when there's fun ones like this here. So yeah, I think this is cool. Now, on to Nexus mods. Honestly, Nexus mods had so many great mods this week. Like, seriously, incredible stuff here. So first off, we have the Glade of Dantus and Aleena Rivers here by Terabyte33. This is a custom level used for Vergil photography and also just used to hang out in. That's what I've been doing here today. It is such a cool location. I'm just going to quickly do a little run through it so you guys get an idea of what this looks like for your own shots, because you got this little bridge here. There's some nice glowing Susur trees here. The skybox, it looks really nice here with how the world is laid out. There's a little river in the middle there if you want to get your characters wet, so you can just run into there, and then they're all shiny and all that good stuff. So yeah, a lot of different locations to take your shots in, and I just think that this is a really nice looking location mod. So basically what this mod will do is you get a item in your tutorial chest that you go in and you just double click it. You use it up whenever you double click it. It's just a piece of bark, and then it's going to add it into your maps there. So you just go and teleport into this world, and yeah, it's just quick and easy. You spawn in, you can always just leave. There's a table here, you can eat your lunch here, you can hang out here, you can take your shots here. A lot of cool stuff with this mod. This is again the Glade of Dantus and Aleena Rivers. And not just one, but two amazing level mods this week. This is awesome. The Bare Moon Bathhouse, a custom level map for VP by Inky Please. This is next level. Now, I grew up playing things like Gary's mod. I love different location mods where you can just, you know, walk around. You don't even have to do stuff here. It's just being able to explore a new location within the game with your characters, and especially so if you're into virtual photography and taking shots, because you got all these beautiful locations that are unlike anything you see in the game, so you can get real creative how your shots look. I'm just gonna go through this here because I'm a massive fan of mods like this. So it's a bathhouse, so it's great for more of the, I guess, steamier shots, but you got this main room here you're gonna walk into here, and then you come out into this large location. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff here, and it's really nice to see mods like this because it just opens things up. Maybe we'll see mods that have things like this with combat encounters and much more. There's like the opportunities are near endless. Now, the thing is, I'm going to get comments regarding console here. Unfortunately, this type of mod is not possible on console. It's really hard to say what could potentially happen down the road as people start to figure things out. Like we did get like the Tree Home mod on console, which is made by Forcure May. Not like this, but similar. You do teleport to like the Hag's location. It uses it somewhat of a camp. So, you know, if you're thinking about this for console, I don't think things like this are possible, but who knows what could happen down the road, what they could allow. This is next level amazing though. So many cool locations for shots. I just want to go through and explore this a little bit with you guys here just because I think this is incredible. So it's great for virtual photography. You got these large open fields too. The lighting in this area is great. This works great if you're using lighty lights as well. It's something I use for all my thumbnails because I take all the shots for my thumbnails using the photo mode in game, and I use things like QSAT and Lady Lights by Raycor there, and it's so useful. So yeah, look at this is next level amazing. I love it. So yeah, the Bare Moon Bathhouse, a custom level for a VP, again by Inky Please here. So two incredible location mods, and yeah, there's a lot of stuff here to enjoy. So let me know your favorite location mod in the comments. I'm going to be trying to do maybe more videos on things like this because this is so much fun. And next up is the LittleTeaflings SailorMoon hair mod here, which adds in so many cool little SailorMoon inspired hairstyles. Now, I grew up watching the show. I'm a big fan. So you can see here, you got these gems on certain ones. And what you do, similar to some other hairstyle mods, is you go into the horn tip color here, and you're going to change that so you can get really creative with how this looks. And yeah, it's so much fun. So going down to the very bottom here, you got the 8 different hairstyles here. Some of them have like the metal on them, and then some of them have like the gem appear. appearance there, and you can even, this one, it's baldish looking in the front, but the thing about that is I love when they include hairstyles like this, just because then you can use some of the other mods like Hijimere hairs or the Mickey's hairstyles, and then you can add in your own bangs to it, so you can get extreme creativity here. You can honestly make any style character you want with stuff like this. So yeah, that's one of the things about hairstyle mods, is some of them are modular like that just for a reason, so you can get even more creative with your hairstyle options. So yeah, that is the LittleTeaflings SailorMoon hair mod. Next up, we got the Dyeable Vanilla Weapons Swords and Daggers by Astrolites. This is so cool. So I'm going to show you their demonstration because I made a grave mistake. Basically with this, it's going to change the color channel so that you have certain weapons will have like a leather section of it, so you can dye that, and it's going to take the dye from, like, if you're using cloth, the dye is hard to explain how it all works in Baldur's Gate 3, but the metal is also able to be changed, and some weapons have like the glow, like the +2 versions of weapons will have the glow. And then another example is something like the orange short sword here. So you got like your weapon silver, there's accent colors, different dyes are going to impact different things differently. It's hard to explain how all of them are going to end up working, but you do need the Astral Archive asset library and script extender. Script extender is, I would recommend always having it for any type of Nexus mods here, but you may not have that there. I have some other types of shaders that are causing weird issues, so just be mindful that shaders sometimes do pop up and create some things that may happen from time to time, but this is a really cool idea, and I'm going to probably do a future video on this one. And next up, we got Gale's Cursed Arm. I think this is awesome. Now, it's not just for Gale. You can actually have it for your player character if you want as well. Now, what I like most about this is in the lore of Baldur's Gate 3, Gale originally was supposed to have like the weave ripping his arm apart, and this is such an interesting rendition of that. So basically, actually in the base game, there is lore dialogue from Auntie Ethel that actually reference this. So if you look at her Vicious Mockery line, she actually has lines towards Gale making fun of his arm. He used to have bandages on it and things like that. So I think this is a really great lore appropriate like mod you can just install, and it feels really cool. So yeah, that is Gale's Cursed Arm, and then there's also the versions there for your player character if you wanted to add that on as well. Very interesting mod. Next up, we got the Tepkunset Hair Collection Volume 2 by Tepkunset. Now, I have a ton of hairstyle mods wrapped up, so I'm just going to go through their shots here quickly of them, because I have to go back to camp and teleport here. So, a lot of really nice options, and I'm going to be doing a character creation mod video here again shortly, just because there's been so many great stuff that released lately, and expect to see this mod in it, just because there's so many great hairstyles here. So, yeah, I would recommend also downloading their first hairstyle pack. Both of them are incredible mods by Tepkunset here. Next up, we got the wooden themed props for VP by Petrogov99. They made a lot of really fun mods. This just adds in some different wooden style props or brown props, swings, hot air balloons, you name it. They have also added in horses that looked incredible. You may have seen a bunch of horses in my videos, so this is really sweet. I think this is nice. The good ending of Baldur's Gate 3. So yeah, you can do some really fun things with this. There's the bicycle there. I love the jacket he's got on. This is a really fun mod. So it can also work with their horses mod here too. So yeah, wooden themed props or brown stuff by Petrogov99. And finally, we got the Swiftly Swordsman Vergil here by Shanyx X Multiple X. This is a really cool mod. If you're a fan of Devil May Cry, this one's so cool because it has a variety, like it is a powerful class mod. He'll follow up multiple attacks. He does have Judgment Cut End. This is really fun. I will be doing a future video on this one because there's just so much to break down. And unfortunately, this is another mod that uses the animation unlocker, and I'm weirdly having those issues with it again. I know a lot of other people do, just because there is like some things that pop up thanks to patch 8. But yeah, there's unique visuals for this class, and I gotta say that it looks incredible too. You got Judgment Cut End, Rapid Slash, Devil Trigger, and much more. So great stuff for a lot of different fans and different fan bases today. So many cool mods too. I love these location mods. They're seriously so fun. So let me know your favorite mod from today in the comments. Hit the subscribe button below if you enjoyed, and I hope you guys all have a great day. We'll catch you in the next one.